What you call modernity is just a deformed, maladapted, inferior version of the civilization that we had centuries before the Enlightenment. The difference being that ours worked. Ours was coherent. Ours could be understood and practiced. But you see, you only took concepts that would allow you to remain the same, to not actually mature or develop or civilize, but which would allow you to pretend that you did, because individual liberty sounds much more sophisticated than shameless. Personal freedom sounds better than amorality or irresponsibility or social irrelevance. And as long as you use these elevated, pretty sounding words, you can stay just as oppressive and savage and brutal as you always were and call it modernity. And as long as you have some level of material prosperity, you can maintain the charade to some extent. But just let that prosperity deteriorate, just like it is doing now. And you'll see how little you've actually changed, how little you've actually matured or civilized over the past 2,000 years. Watch, the cost of living goes up, quality of life goes down, and your women immediately prostitute themselves, and your men immediately start burning and looting, just like the old days. And just like the old days, your feudal lords and masters are going to turn the guns on you. And then you'll know what your so-called civilization really is, what your societies really believe in. And it isn't liberalism and it isn't modernity, I can tell you that. It isn't democracy and it isn't freedom. It's predation and subjugation and exploitation and brute force. It's do as you're told. It's a hierarchy of cruelty where everyone uses and abuses whoever is lower than them on the ladder, rich and poor, white and black, native and immigrant, men and women. And it's going to be a harsh awakening for everyone who thought that they lived in an advanced civilization, or who thought that the Muslims were the ones who were incompatible with the modern world.